Not
Majesty has
plural,
also
not
raised a
sons,
remarkable
just one.
son,
Singular,
His
remarkable,
Royal Highness
period.
Prince
That
of
sound you
Wales.
hear?
Let's be real here. Harry is probably in Montecito right now, pacing around and throwing a fit, because Donald Trump just pulled off the royal version of "oops, forgot you even existed." The former president didn't just compliment William, he practically knighted him with words. Trump described Prince William as the remarkable son. Notice the singular. Not sons, just one remarkable child. And that subtle omission, that's the sound of the Sussex PR machine crashing and burning in real time. At a glittering state banquet, Trump showered William with glowing praise, calling him truly amazing and predicting a future filled with extraordinary success. Catherine, Princess Kate, got an equally fairy tale-worthy moment. Trump praised her beauty, her elegance, her health, her radiance, as if she had just stepped out of a Disney film. But Harry? Silence. Not even a pity nod. Nothing for the prince who once thought showing up to a party in a Nazi costume was a laugh. And let's not forget, Trump has met Harry. He knows he exists. Meghan, of course, famously dodged Trump when he visited during her maternity leave with Archie. And if there's one thing everyone knows about Trump, it's that he never forgets a snub. So when he stood at Windsor Castle and declared King Charles had raised a remarkable son, this wasn't some innocent slip of the tongue. This was a deliberate strike, a lock-and-load moment. The optics are brutal. Imagine spending millions on public relations campaigns, endless tell-all interviews, emotional book tours, and high-budget Netflix documentaries, only for Trump, of all people, to remind the world that you're not the shining legacy of the monarchy. He basically knighted William in front of the world stage, and left Harry in the shadows like an overlooked cousin at a family reunion. And let's be honest, King Charles didn't make things any easier. Not once did he mention Harry, Meghan, or their children during the event. Nothing. Not even a polite acknowledgement. When your own father forgets to name-drop you at a global diplomatic dinner, you're not just sidelined. You've been permanently benched. Traditionally, if part of the royal family lives abroad, especially in an allied country, the courteous move would be to highlight that connection. Maybe even spin it as a symbol of unity between nations. But Harry? He didn't even get used as a convenient diplomatic talking point. Trump's calculated omission was almost poetic. William, remarkable. Harry, at best, remarkably, forgettable. More realistically, completely unremarkable. And somewhere in California, Meghan's PR team is no doubt guzzling coffee, desperately trying to spin this mess into something empowering. But deep down, even they must realize this was a public snub that no amount of glossy interviews can fix. It's not even the first time Harry has been erased from the royal narrative. Remember that official royal portrait? The Queen, Charles, William, and young George lined up as the heirs to the throne? Harry acted as though it was some kind of personal vendetta. In reality, it was just the plain truth about succession. Yet Harry takes every royal milestone as part of his ongoing saga. Me versus them. And this Windsor banquet? It's just the sequel nobody asked for. The fact is, William's role at the head of the table is destiny. Harry's role? Most likely sitting at a kitchen counter in California, refreshing Twitter or X just to see if anyone noticed his absence. Trump's speech was officially about the enduring bond between the United States and the United Kingdom. But the subtext? Louder than the words themselves. William is the next king, the golden heir, the statesman-in-waiting with international credibility. Harry, on the other hand, is the guy who thought a Spotify podcast was a lifetime career move. If Harry believed his random photo ops with mid-level officials in Europe were wins, this banquet was a harsh reminder. Rubbing elbows on a train platform is nothing compared to being toasted at Windsor Castle by a U.S. president. The Windsors are playing a centuries-long game of chess. The Sussexes? They're still stuck playing checkers. So yes, Harry is furious, maybe even throwing dishes across the Montecito mansion. But the cold, hard truth is this. Trump didn't just shade Harry, he erased him. And in the ruthless world of royalty, being erased, being made irrelevant, is the single most devastating insult of all. And just to add a recent twist, royal watchers are buzzing that William's rising international profile could overshadow not just Harry, but even Charles in the years ahead. which means for Harry, this sting isn't temporary. It's the beginning of a very long freeze out.